Now let's talk about ActionScript fundamentals. First, we're going to talk about variables. We're going to answer 3 questions in this video. First question, what are variables? Second, how do I declare a variable? And third, how do I name variables? First, what are variables? In Flash, you're going to create and manipulate all kinds of data. A variable is a container that holds or references a particular data. It can only have one value at a time, but that value can change based on what you put in it. If that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, let me make an analogy to make it a little more clear. A variable is like a single compartment Tupperware container. It holds stuff. It holds food, typically. You can put whatever food you want in it. You can put a salad, or you can put clam chowder in it at a different time. But it can only hold one thing at a time, or it's meant to only hold one thing at a time, rather. You don't want to have clam chowder and a salad in the same Tupperware container at the same time. It'd be kind of gross. Variables work the same way. They're containers that hold information. They can only have one value at a time, but that value can change based on what you put in it. Question number 2. How do I declare a variable? What does it mean to declare a variable? It just means to create a variable. Open your Actions panel. Make sure Script Assist is off. Type var. That's VAR. That's a keyword that Flash knows. It means, hey Flash, I'm going to create a variable. Alright, type a space. Right after you type var, the text you type in is the name of your variable. So I'm going to type my name with a capital N, space, equal sign, Todd. Semicolon for the end of the statement. Now what you've just done is you've created a variable called my name that is equal to the value Todd, or your name if you typed in your name. Now that works is right after you type the word var, you type a space, and you type in the name of your variable. The equal sign, it says is equal to or is of the value, then you type in the value, Todd, or your name, or whatever. Now you may be thinking, what if I don't want to give my variable a value right off? Sometimes you don't want to do that. So type var, my name or whatever variable name you want, space, equal sign, null, N-U-L-L. Now, null is another keyword, and that tells Flash it doesn't have a value yet, but it's going to have a value sometime. Third question, how do I name variables? Now you may be thinking, yeah, I just showed you how to name variables. Well, there's a few naming conventions you need to be aware of. Type var, and then a space. There are only certain things that you could start a variable with. You can start with a letter, or you can start with an underscore, or a $sign. For the rest of the variable name, you can use the same. But you can also use numbers as well. You just can't start a variable with a number. Yeah, I'll just erase that. You also cannot use keywords. Var name, all lowercase. You'll notice that it turns blue. When your text turns blue, that means it's a keyword in Flash. You can't use a keyword because Flash already has those words to have another function. Alright, to recap what we learned about variables in this video, first, we answered what are variables. Variables are containers that hold information. They can have one value at a time, but that value can change based on what you put inside. We declare a variable by typing var, then a space, the name of the variable, space, equal sign, and the value of the variable. For your value, you can type null if you want to enter a value later, but you don't have one at present. We also went over naming conventions. The first character must be a letter, an underscore, or $sign. The subsequent characters can be the same with the addition of numbers. You can have no spaces and no keywords in your variable names. So that's basically how you create and work with variables.